Welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Travel Alert. I'm Steve Glenn.
I'm Paul Glenn.
Paul, we're back in the saddle. I'm back in the saddle. I'm just back from
Italy. Again. And Ireland.
Yeah, and I took a 5-day fast trip to Europe and trying to work on our two properties there. We have villadestinoitaly.com, which is a beautiful luxury villa, six bedroom villa, private pool, private everything. You know, we've only got a couple weeks left of the whole year that are available for the Villa Destino Italy. It's just because it's been so popular, and it's amazing. Everybody that goes there gives us a 5-star review.
And I think even more telling is I know somebody got it as a gift from one of the investors or something, and then they came back after experiencing it and bought it for next year.
Yeah,
so
rented it.
To just kind of tell you what that experience entails.
And then in April of this year, Executive Travel purchased a hotel in Montone, Italy, which is in Umbria, the green heart of Italy, called Hotel Fortebraccio. And Hotel Fortebraccio is a 3-star Italian hotel. We're remodeling it, going to make it a 4-star. A boutique hotel.
Yeah.
And so we're getting all the furniture. We've got new flooring in, doing the bar and the breakfast room. That we'll be doing the pool this winter.
It's coming along nice.
It has. We're blessed to have a good team over there. Mike Andriani, Belinda, and their whole crew is helping us a lot. So anyway, I thought I would fill everybody in on the 10 observations that I had by being in Italy. You ready to go?
Okay.
Here we go. Number 1, what about the heat? Well, as you can imagine, Paul can remember well being in Italy, in Rome, in July and August. And tell us about the heat, Paul.
110 degrees, too many people, sweating on each other, misery.
And
that's the one word is misery.
Yeah, and so people have learned, I think, this year to kind of skip a little bit of July and August and move them into the shoulder seasons of the spring and the fall. Mm-hmm. We're seeing a really strong October in many areas. But when I was in Montone, we had highs in the 70s, lows in the 60s. Perfect for a fat man.
Well, that was unseasonably cool,
well,
was it not, here for this time of year?
Well, it's going into the season change of September. So if you're looking for a great time to be in Italy, September, October, November, you even like December, right?
We were blessed last December to have amazing weather. So I mean, as long as you're prepared for potential rains, and that was the nice thing is we had 2 weeks, and it was like, let's see what the weather's going to do. If it's going to be dreary and cold, we'll lay low and just relax and enjoy the villa, read, work, do whatever we need to do. If it's going to be nice, let's go on an adventure. So when we allowed ourselves time and flexibility,
it's hard for Americans to do that, is to slow down and cozy up, isn't it?
I'm a guy that always has my computer with me, so if you kind of have that mindset and you can maneuver your work around that, then it actually worked really well.
Item number 2, what about the crowds? Yes, if you go to Rome, you go to Florence, you go to Venice, they are crowded almost all the time now.
Doesn't matter when. But beyond them, you'll find refreshingly peaceful towns. Because I tell people, if you're your first time, you got to hit Rome, you got to hit Florence, sneak up to Venice or maybe other parts of the area. But then see the real Italy. I think Corey's doing it right when we have our event over there this November, and his wife's going to come over, and then they're going to extend and do 3 days in Rome. And so, I think that's the key is get out and explore, or get the chaos of Rome and Florence out of the way, and then get out in the countryside and relax and enjoy. Yep.
Number 3 on this week's edition, the Weekly Travel Alert, sponsored by Executive Travel. Visit us at executivetravel.com. We've got an easy-to-remember phone number, 402-435-8888. And how many years have we been in the saddle here?
39.
Going on
40.
And we're having our 40th anniversary with a
company meeting, aren't we?
We are, yeah.
And who's going to play for us?
Well, in the evening, we're taking everybody to Three Dog Night.
Probably people watching this don't remember Three Dog Night, but we had them here for us as well on our
25th anniversary.
So, wow, time's gone fast. All right, we're back to number 3 on this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler. What about the protest? If you watch CNN or all the news channels, they always show these people mad marching in the streets. They don't like visitors, right? Well, really, I haven't seen that. I think maybe in the big cities there's going to be a play to the press, but in Italy, everybody is very welcoming. They love you that you're there. They appreciate you spending money with them. I mean, Italy is basically a hospitality country.
The protests that I've seen, because I have seen them in Rome, but they weren't against tourists. They were the pro-Palestinian or whatever, those movements that are happening everywhere in the world. So, but there was nothing that made it so that as a tourist, I felt like I was threatened at all.
Number 4, are there any good deals? Last week, we found the average round-trip airfare to 5 major cities in Europe, which were like Paris, London, Rome, Amsterdam and London.
London, yep.
We're under $600 round trip. Can you believe that, ladies and gentlemen? It's the time to go. Get up and go. Number 5, how can I avoid the lines? Well, August is peak tourist season, but if you plan your days wisely, for example, if you're going to Rome, most people don't know that the Vatican opens up at 7 a.m. Okay? So you can, if you go there at 7 a.m., there's like 42 people waiting in line, and you'll have the place to yourself. You can get through there an hour and a half, and you head to Trevi Fountain. Mm-hmm. And if you get there before 9, you can walk right into Trevi Fountain. If you get there after 9, you got the long lines. So the early bird gets a worm traveling in Europe, because most tourists wake up, have a nice breakfast, hit the road at about 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. So there are ways to avoid the lines. Number 6, wait until the sun goes down. When it's hot in Europe, if you wait till the sun goes down, it's so beautiful. It's outdoor, sit on
the piazzas, yep.
And that's where Italy is to me, as the sun goes down. It's so delightful. Now, I'm going lickety-split through these. Number 7, is there anything open when Italians go on holiday in August? That's the one thing I noticed this last week when I was there, it was just at the end of the holiday season for Italians. They take basically 2 and 3 weeks off every August, and nothing happens. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the restaurants close, a lot of other things. So you got to be aware of that. And most Italians either go to the beach or go to Greece. Mm-hmm. So they're going to go get their suntan, and they're going to be on the beach. But you have to be aware of that, because you might be something that some restaurant you always wanted to visit isn't open.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's one of those things. Americans, we're very different with how we do our time off and things like that, whereas much of the rest of the world, it's that 2, 3, even 4 weeks that they just go, and the whole country kind of shuts down. So very different.
Okay, number 8. What do I do if I don't like to drive in Italy? Well, you know what? Train. Americans aren't used to training, but there's a train everywhere, isn't there, Paul?
Yes, you can get about anywhere. Just takes a little patience. Well, you got to be careful, though. You've had the relatives that had a pickpocketing incidents here not too long ago.
Yeah, so kind of it was in Florence on the tram to the city center, not really the train to between cities and stuff. So, but that is very affordable. What will happen if I procrastinate? Number 9. Last minute car rentals, ladies and gentlemen. I just booked a car rental there, and it was actually 2.5x more expensive, because they don't have any cars in the middle of the summer.
They end up running out of inventory.
We should start a car rental company in Italy. What do you think, Paul? We get #Snurly to run it for us, don't you think?
If we gave any service, some of the worst service I've ever experienced has been renting cars in Rome.
Yeah.
And there is no
service tied to how it is that they operate. And it doesn't matter even if you're booking through one of the main U.S. brands.
I know it.
It's not a pleasant experience.
They tend to subcontract that to somebody else. So, ladies and gentlemen, number 10 on this week's edition of the Weekly Traveler reads, number 10, should I travel to Italy right now? Paul, this is the perfect time for the next 90 days that if you want to visit Italy, you've got the wine harvest, the olive harvest, cooler temperatures, stunning fall colors. And we just talked about the airfares are like given away. It's cheaper to get to Italy than Florida, So with all this, now is the time, the next 2 to 3 months, if you hit September, October, November, wouldn't you be in the sweet spot of Italy?
I'm ready to go.
Me too.
Okay.
I just got back.
Let's go. I'll go. You work for a little bit.
Yeah. So and I put on here, I thought this was kind of cute. The bottom line is get your bottom to Italy.
There you go.
What are you saying?
There you go. Get on that plane.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Steve Glenn.
I'm Paul Glenn. Please like, subscribe, share, and add any comments or feedback on topics that would be of interest for future episodes. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week.